Hello everyone. This time I'm going to share with you how you can simulate garment just inside Cinema 4D. This method gives you a lot of specific advantage against marvelous simulation. We will consider character definition for motion retargeting, garment simulation, solidifying cloth dynamic. And as a result, you will be enabled to effect on your garment by using forces. Import rigged body mesh and apply character definition tag. Add rigged mesh into the scene. You can download it from DAZ 3D or asset browser in Cinema 4D, Mixamo, and etc. And index each joint in character definition tag. Import human rig into the scene. Hide geometry for a while. Put character definition tag on the top of joint chain. Click Open Manager into the menu, and now you have to drag all joints to related body parts in the Open Manager. If you use Mixamo Rig, just click Extract Skeleton and you make it automatically. But in case with DAZ 3D model, you have to make it manually. I will not dig into principles of retargeting, but I'm sure you will find a lot of video about motion retargeting in Cinema by using character definition. Drag and drop appropriate joints into the Manager joint list. Do that with every part of your skeleton. Then you accomplish this process, click Set Reference Pose and create Solver into the Character Definition menu. Now add motion data into the scene and apply Character Definition tag. And I have to mention that in this case we're going to use data from Asset Browser, because it's already have Character Definition tag applied. So if you're using Mixamo data, you have to make it by your own. Go to the Asset Browser and in the tab Motion Capture find the data you might like. My choice is Running Jump, because I want to challenge my simulation. Let's restrain character at the center of the scene. Select the root null called Motion Offset, rename it to the root and delete animation in Z position. Now you have infinite animation loop. If you use motion data from Asset Browser, you already have prepared character definition tag. But if you're using Mixamo, just repeat the same procedure that we have commit in the previous part. Now open your body rig character definition tag. Here we have source and target characters inputs. Drag and drop your motion data character definition as a source character. Check the result. And as you can see, something goes wrong. This is happening because we retarget only rotation of the joints, but for hip, in this case, you have to bind position as well. In Target Character Definition tag, click Go to the reference pose to put your character in initial pose. And delete the Solver tag. Open Character Definition Manager again. Select your hip part and turn on position. Again set reference pose and create solver. Drag motion data definition tag into the solver. If you did everything right, you will get quite accurate retarget animation. Before we go to the next steps, we have to set character in T-pose at the beginning of animation, because this pose demands for simulation cloth process. We have this pose as the source, so just animate the strength of character definition from 0 to 100%. It's time to create garment, and the easiest way to make it is to use Marvelous Designer. Export it as FBX, because it includes polygon selections. Keep mesh thin. Don't weld points and prepare UV. With some garments it's almost impossible to do active movements. So wear your character in appropriate cloth and never forget why you're wearing simple t-shirt and shorts during fitness. I've made my jumpsuit. I will not show you the process of creation, hope you handle it by your own, and luckily Marvelous has great video manuals. But I will provide you geometry in the link below the video. I prefer to export in FBX, because it saves your fabric patterns into the polygon selection. Export only garment, keep it unweld and thin. Now we're going to import your garment and optimize it. But don't weld pockets with basic garment pattern. Import garment mesh into the cinema. As you can see, imported mesh has selection. Let's split them. Just double-click to the tag and click right mouse button at viewport and click split. Rename U mesh and repeat the same procedure for each part. Now split every part that should be sewed to your garment pockets, patches, straps, and etc. Select them by using fill selection and split them and rename. Delete all useless tags. Now it's time to optimize your mesh. Let's check our jumpsuit seams. As you can see, it unwelded, but we need to sew them into the one polygon mass. Click Alt+A to select all polygons. Right mouse button to the viewport and select Gear around Optimize. Change value to 0.1 centimeters. But be careful with that, cause you can accidentally merge inappropriate points. Repeat this for other massives. In my case, I have to do that only with jumpsuit and t-shirt meshes. Colorize every part for better representation. Now we're going to connect cloth parts and simulate it. But before the start, hack the points on the edge of each pattern that you are going to connect. Proper connection demands points in the same space position. Put collider tag on body mesh. Hide every part, but jumpsuit. Put cloth tag on it. Change your cloth parements. My main recommendation is to use small values for stretchiness. Decrease the thickness value. Check the result. Now we have to change simulation settings. In project menu, increase sub-steps to maximum values. It will help to make you cloth stiff. Increase damping and collision passes value as well. Check the result. Let's connect our straps. I've created a special mesh that we will be using to connect our straps for a while. Unhide it and put rigid body tag onto. Change collision shape to triangle and decrease thickness. Now put connector tag on it. Change mode to include and drag and drop jumpsuit cloth tag inside. Click Create. Check the result. Let's handle with the pockets. Unhide it and put cloth tag with the same parameters on it. Add connector tag and include mode. And drag jumpsuit cloth tag inside. But now decrease search radius down. We have to use small values because we want to connect only seam edges. Let's see what we have. Add cloth tag on t-shirt. As you may notice, we have some intersection. To get rid of this, just increase cloth thickness. Check the result. Next step is buckles and details attach, where we're going to use basic dynamic features. But you should follow the rules, avoid mesh intersections, keep thickness correct. If you work with complex mesh, make it single object and learn on simple examples. I've added and placed buckles meshes into the scene. Let's delete the mesh that we use as buckle mesh before. Put rigid body tag on the first fuzz text mesh. Change collision shape to triangle, decrease thickness. Copy and paste this tag on each buckle mesh. Add connector tag on jumpsuit mesh and include mode and drag and drop every mesh that you want to connect. To get better attach, increase search radius and max connection values. Do the same for objects that should be connected with pockets. At the next part, we're going to mix simulation and skin animation. It allows us to solidify specific garment parts. Hide useless stuff and leave only jumpsuit and body mesh. Now we're going to transfer weight tag from body mesh. Go to the Character, Manager and select Property Transfer. In Opened menu you see that we have Source and Target tabs. Put mesh as a source and jumpsuit as a target. Turn on Joint Weights checkbox. Change evaluation method to nearest polygon and space to global. Click Transfer Maps and get the weight tag. Now you have to apply Skin Deformer to jumpsuit. Go to the character, hold Shift and select Skin Deformer. Deactivate your cloth dynamic for a while. Check what you got. You see that we have some issues. It happens because in some areas garment mesh is too close to each other. To fix it, you have to double-click on the weight tag to open Weight tool. Display lines of geometry. Luckily, it's enough to just use Weight tool in smooth mode. Turn off visible only and turn on auto normalize and change mode to smooth. It's better to use it in extreme poses of your character. To be able to use Weight tool for deformed mesh, stay in model editing mode. Find problematic points and effect on it. Check the result. Now it's time to transfer weight map for pockets. But for them, use jumpsuit as the source. For the t-shirt, take from body mesh. See what you have. On this 2 examples, I demonstrate you how mix animation solidifying specific area. Pay attention to the pocket. Select jumpsuit and pockets. Leave them in viewport solo mode. And select polygons that you want to solidify. Go to the Select tab and click Set Vertex Weight. Rename it to Solid or something. Select the vertex map on jumpsuit and accurately smooth transition by using Paint tool in smooth mode. Now enable cloth tag. Inside jumpsuit and pockets, turn on mix animation and drag solid vertex weight inside. Change influence down to 40%. Check the result. Of course, you can connect jumpsuit and pockets together. But it's better to do that at the end of the process. Just connect it between each other, but don't weld it. Connect jumpsuit and pocket, click Connect plus Delete. Put the new connector tag on the mesh. Switch to the same object mode and decrease search radius down to 1 mm. Set Create and your mesh will connect nearest points to each other. Update other connector tag. Add into object that were connected with pockets before. Now add skin deformer to the mesh again. Check the result. Let's get into the next chapter where we're going to add thickness and other generators. Note, don't turn on Simulate before generator and cache dynamic with enabled generators. Select jumpsuit and hold Alt choose cloth surface. Index subdivision levels and thickness size. Hit play. As you can see, we have lag, but it's only for playback. To see final result, just cache dynamic scene. But be sure that all your generators actually work during the cache. Check the result. You might think that you can just turn on Simulate before generator in project menu. But it actually won't work, because skin deformer, simulation, and generators have a problems in priority. So, don't turn it on. Just keep generators disabled during the work, and the final stage turn them on and cache the whole scene dynamic. You can pop up your simulation by using forces. And I think it is the main feature of this method, because you have ability to use full potential of Cinema 4D to art direct your simulation in special way. In addition to what I've already said, next benefit is that now you have no need to transfer between softwares. A lot of empty space at hard disk driver, because you don't have to save alembics for Marvelous. And it's more appropriate for animation workflow, and so on. Hope that was useful for you, so don't forget to put the like on this video, and subscribe on my channel. Good luck!